Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. Down is definitely the feeling of oil country at this very moment. The Florida Panthers taking Game 3, 4-3 tonight to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. You guys know my prediction coming into tonight was a 4-1 Oilers victory. That clearly didn't happen. For a while there, I was a little worried. My 4-1 prediction was actually going to be a 4-1 win for the Florida Panthers, but thankfully that didn't happen. The Oilers did at least make this interesting in the third period. Third period goals from Philip Broberg and Ryan McLeod cut Florida's lead from 4-1 to 4-3, but the Oilers could not get that tying goal. They interestingly didn't give up an empty net goal for the first time in a while, so that was kind of nice. But in the end, the Panthers, like I said, take a commanding 3-0 series lead. The Oilers were playing pretty close, I think, to their Game 1 performance. Maybe not quite at the same level. They weren't dominating the Florida Panthers to that same extent, but I think it's safe to say the Oilers were the better team up until the 9-12 mark of the second period, and from that point on in the second period, the Panthers definitely took over. Let's take a look at the scoring summary here. Sam Reinhart scored the lone goal of the first period, a nice tip at 18:58, giving the Panthers a 1-0 lead. Gustav Forsling, Alexander Barkov picking up the assists. Warren Foegele, off a beautiful feed from Adam Henrique, scores a breakaway goal at 1:49 of the second, tying this game 1-1, and Rogers Place just came to life. You felt the Oilers could possibly be shifting it here, just get another goal, take their first lead of the series, but unfortunately, like I said, at the 9-12 mark of the second period is where it all turned in Florida's favor. Stuart Skinner loses a puck battle behind the net. It goes in front, and Vladimir Tarasenko buries his fourth of the playoffs, giving the Panthers a 2-1 lead. And then at 13:57, Sam Bennett from Matthew Tkachuk makes it 3-1, and Alexander Barkov with his seventh at 15:31 put the Panthers up 4-1. Some brutal plays from Darnell Nurse. Defensive zone coverage just terrible overall on those three goals. The second one's definitely on Stuart Skinner, but I don't know, guys. Just that the Florida Panthers are a team you just simply cannot make a mistake against. The Panthers have burned the Oilers on every single mistake they've made in these Stanley Cup finals. For a lot of the time, you could say the Oilers, maybe not significantly, but have been the better team. But the Panthers, every chance they get, they bury it. And they were the better team in Game 2. The Oilers, for parts of Game 1 and 3, definitely the better team. But the Panthers are the team that has taken full advantage of their opportunities, that for a large majority of the time have shut down the Oilers, burned the Oilers on their mistakes, and they've had by far the superior goaltender in Sergei Bobrovsky. He's been close to unbeatable. He's given up 4 goals total in 3 games, and those are all the key reasons why the Oilers find themselves down here 3-0. The Stanley Cup will be in Rogers Place for Game 4, but I think we all hope it is not given out that night, and it's in Rogers Place, obviously, for all the wrong reasons. Going back to the scoring summary here, Philip Broberg, as I mentioned earlier, getting his second of the playoffs, gets it in off of Niko Mikkola in front, making it 4-2, and then Ryan McLeod with a beautiful tip off of Brett Kulak's shot at 14:43, makes it 4-3, and gives the Oilers and Rogers Place life in the third period, but it just wasn't enough tonight, and the Oilers lose this one 4-3. Looking at the game stats here, the Oilers outshoot the Florida Panthers on the night 35-23. Shots were a huge problem for the Oilers in Game 2. They get that shot total back up tonight. Like I said, the Oilers actually looked pretty good for I don't know if I want to say the majority, but large parts of this hockey game. But it's the little things that matter, and the Panthers burn the Oilers off each of those mistakes. And here we are, the Panthers going 52.5% on the faceoff dot, the Oilers 47.5%, so fairly close there. The Oilers out hitting the Panthers 37-32. The Panthers massively out hitting the Oilers earlier in this series, so that was at least something in the Oilers' direction. The Panthers with 13 block shots to the Oilers 11. Panthers with 4 giveaways to the Oilers 10. So that's a huge factor there in the Panthers' goals tonight. 10 giveaways by the Edmonton Oilers to just 4 for the Florida Panthers. And both teams with 10 takeaways on the night. So, yeah, guys, neither team scoring on the power play there either. I missed that one. The Oilers going 0 for 3. The Panthers 0 for 1. The Oilers have been able to rely on their power play to a large extent in these Stanley Cup playoffs, but it has not helped them here in the Stanley Cup finals. Like I said, only a total of 4 goals overall through these 3 games. 0 goals for Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Evan Bouchard, all the big guns. Ryan McLeod, Philip Broberg, Matthias Ekholm, and Warren Foegele are the goal scorers for the Oilers here in the Stanley Cup Finals. Nice to get depth scoring, but when you're only getting depth scoring, it's not going to be enough, and you don't want to lay this at Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl's feet. They've done so much for this team, but when it's all said and done, they haven't produced. Stuart Skinner, not good enough tonight, but the defensive play, not good enough in front of him either. So here we are. You guys know this week I've been trying to keep the positive, upbeat going for the Edmonton Oilers here. I don't want to be just another Debbie Downer in this town. So the Oilers obviously have their backs against a wall in a major, major way here. They have to win 4 straight to take this. So I'll be right there cheering till the very end. Tyson's coming up to town for Game 4. We'll probably both be in the moss pit there. So if you're coming down, that's probably where you'll find us for Game 4, unless maybe we can find some super cheap tickets with the Oilers down 3-0. But we'll see what happens there in the moss pit nevertheless. And yeah, cheering this team on to hopefully get at least one victory here, push the series at least back to Florida. You guys have heard me talk endlessly about Sam Gagner lately. You're probably sick of it, but he's been a heartbeat of this team off the ice in this playoff run, and he should most definitely, with his team down 3-0, there should be no excuse whatsoever why Sam Gagner is not in the lineup for Game 4. At least let this guy get in for a game. And who knows? I mean, the Oilers have to be trying anything and everything at this point. They're at the brink of elimination here. You can't leave anything off the table. So we'll see what happens here, guys. But yeah, it's definitely a disappointing one. I really thought the boys were going to find a way to take this one tonight. And that period of time there in the second period where they give up 3 straight goals, that Stuart Skinner giveaway in behind the net that started it all. It's a frustrating way to go here, and the Oilers, as I've said, find themselves down 3-0 on the brink of elimination, and they need to be trying, like I said, anything and everything in Game 4 to get a win here and push this one back to Florida. Does that mean we see Calvin Pickard in Game 4? I don't know if the Oilers will go that way, because I blame some of this loss on Skinner tonight, but I think overall he really hasn't been the problem in this series. But anything and everything, right? So we'll see what happens there, guys. But yeah, this one's just too damn depressing. I can't talk about it anymore. So let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. What do you think the Oilers have to do to win Game 4? Do you think this one's completely over? It's going to see a series sweep, or do the boys find a way, one win at a time here, to get this one to Game 7, at least give themselves a fighting chance? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.